Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack with another video here on the YouTube channel for CasinoIncomeAcademy.com. If you haven't enrolled for our free newsletter to become a student and get the discounts and all the other things that we're giving away, free strategies, going into the vault, private stuff, money management, all kinds of probabilities and odds articles and things that are going to make your life a hell of a lot better. And that's all for free. So just go over to CasinoIncomeAcademy.com, click on any of the get enrolled or start now, and just provide your email and you are going to be locked in for all the free stuff. Speaking of which, this is video number 2 or free lesson number 2. Spotlighting. In the next couple of days, we will do the final video when AI Bubble Craps Blueprint goes live. So I promised you guys over the next few days, we are going to be very intensive looking at this digital course, this module that is specifically to make money and to use any form of craps other than crapsless craps, which I can't stand, as a money-making machine. So there are multiple PDFs, there are spreadsheets. We have gone overboard with this module. It is insane. I wish somebody gave me this years ago, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get into the math. So we're going to still hold off on what's exactly in the Bubble Craps Blueprint and everything else, and we're going to deal with what I think is the most important. So in the last video, if you didn't watch it, the free lesson, it was kind of just putting your foot in the water and saying, well, why is craps different than the other games in the casino? What are the pluses and minuses? And we talked about it. Well, now today, I'm going to, instead of going back to the game itself, which I am going to do, this video is going to be very exciting. So there were 3 people that work with us that are part of our pro team that are seasoned craps players. So we gave them the final version of this module, and then we worked with each one of them to develop a business plan. I'm going to go over a little bit of that today, and it's not necessarily the plan that you're going to do, but it's something that I can show you concrete what happens when you take this stuff seriously and you put your own spin on your business plan, because you may have a slightly different bankroll to start. You may have more, you may have less. So let's get right into it. And then I'm going to use our favorite daily compound calculator, and I'm going to show you what they're doing. So this is not what I'm doing. This is what individual guys are doing already for the last 2.5 weeks, and show you what's happening and a little bit about that. So here we go. The first person is our buddy Mark. Okay, Mark, he started with a $3,000 bankroll. All right. And you may start with $5,000. You may start with $2,000. You may start with $500. I don't know. But this is what Mark was putting into his business model to start. Now, with this situation, we wanted to keep it specific to this module. Mark also has a roulette tab in his toolbox. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. If you have Casino Diversification Toolbox, we have tabs in basically our engine where we put our best strategies, our tested strategies. And this is the crux of our business. But for this purpose, we're only focusing on the strategies that are provided in this new module that's coming out this week. So there are 7 strategies in this module. We went overboard. We could have given you 1 thing, 2 things. We gave you 7 incredible. I mean, these are unbelievable, and we'll talk about that later. So let's stick to the numbers. He picked 5 strategies after testing and simulating an evaluation, like we always tell everybody to do. We didn't just pick the first 5. And he picked the 5 that really resonated with him the best. and he put them into his specific toolbox for this. We're not going to talk about any roulette strategies or anything else. Now, he lives near several casinos. So this is something he's doing 5 days a week. It's not Monday through Friday. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever. But he's committing to 5 days a week. Now, let me explain, as I did a few weeks ago with the last video that I did some math on. I dummy everything down like you've been seeing. I look for about a 1 to a 1.5% a day return. That's what I'm looking at. And you guys can go back to that video and you can see how just doing 1 to 1.20 can turn into $100,000 and more within a short period of time, reasonably speaking, right? And it depends on what you're starting with. You do not have to do 20% a day. I just watched a video today, and again, I'm not going to name names, by somebody that does the cruising and gambling stuff, right? This guy showed a video, it was for roulette, and he was telling people that it was a $500 bankroll he uses, and he's looking to make $100 a day. There's just no concept of logistical money management. It's gambling. It's pure gambling. $500 and you're looking to make $100. Okay? I watched the video and I cringe. Absolutely cringe. No reality, no concept of reality whatsoever. If that was the norm, do you think people in their mutual funds and professional hedge traders would be thrilled jumping up and down for a year when they make 5%, 8%, 10%, 12% for the year? Get in the real world, people. So here's the deal. I look for 1 to 1.2. You guys know I'm ultra conservative and I want to build for the long term. Mark has chosen to jump it up more than me. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of our pro players do look for more than I do. That's up to you. But I, over time, have convinced Mark to get into the real world. He was looking for 15, 20% when he started working with us. Now, I've shown him, and the math doesn't lie, that you shouldn't be taking those risks, and there's no need to unless you're in a panic attack and you have to get rich in 5 minutes, which is the way to bankruptcy, okay? He's now looking at 4%. So for him, this is where he belongs, at 4%, all right? All right, so let's jump into it. And here we are at our, how do I get rid of this thing? It's annoying the hell out of me. I guess there's no way to get rid of it. All right, so is there a way to get rid of this? I don't remember that popping up on the bottom before. Well, if not, nothing we can do about it. So here you go. We're at the daily compound calculator. I'm going to show you the concept of the way we work through creating a business plan for Mark. All right. Now, what's missing here is what I do on the private coaching sessions, which is taking those 5, analyzing the 5 he picked, figuring out the proper bankroll with him after he's done his own due diligence and come back and figured out how many units he needs and what he believes is the proper bankroll. So I'm not doing that on this video because that's something we do privately in coaching sessions. And you can certainly grab me for a coaching session to do that or anything else that you want. Just go to the website, send me a support. I'd be happy to schedule you when we can for a private coaching session for a lot of different things that we do. So just make the assumption that we've spent all that time putting the game plan together with those 5 that he selected, making sure, this is the important thing, that the bankroll to play those 5 is proper for the base bets that he's playing. So do you understand? He has a $4,000 bankroll. What are the base bets that are appropriate for a $4,000 bankroll for each of those individual 5 strategies? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That requires work, right? You're doing it or we're helping you do it. Either way, okay? Now, assume that we've gotten through that and the 4,000 is appropriate, and we've already drilled down on the drill down side to what the base bets are for those individual 5. Now, on top of that, he's looking for 4% a day. Now, the next thing you need to understand is you need to know what 4% a day is on whatever your bankroll is. Right? What is 4% a day? So let's take a look and see what this story is. And then on top of that, you also need to discuss and have a game plan for your daily, for your day, as to approximately how many mini sessions you want to play. I'm real big on not playing one giant session and looking for that 4%. I think you break it up. And this is a secret sauce that I've done for years, especially with roulette, by the way. So I'll play 2, 3, or 4 mini sessions. And that's how I get to whatever my daily goal is. So in his case, I think it's 3 sessions, okay, that he's going to be doing, just so you know. So let's do it. We have this set for dollars. We have this set for 4,000, okay? And then he's looking to do 4% daily. Now, days of the week, no. He's doing 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it doesn't matter what 5. We'll just keep these 5, okay? It doesn't really matter. Now, for purposes of this breakout and forecasting, we are going to reinvest 100% of what we're making. Now, again, I'm not telling you that you have to do that. You can do 50% and take a paycheck. But in this specific situation, Mark has other income. So he wants to build this into something that's going to be monstrous. So he is not taking a paycheck out of his casino business. He wants his casino business to build, and then he can reap the benefits by taking paychecks. Okay? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. No one's saying that. All right? So now let's take a look. Oh, this is where it is. Hold on. No, I can't get this thing to go away. That is incredible. I don't think it was always in my way like this. Oh, well. So here we go. So no additional contributions. So another person we're working with, he's starting with less money, but he's putting in an additional $500 to $1,000 on a monthly basis to help build. Mark is putting in his $4,000, and we're going to do this one without any additional contributions. Okay? So now let's just go 1 month. We're going to look 1 month out. Okay? And we're starting today. So here you go. All right? Let's take a look at the daily. So 1 month, right? 1 day is $160. So instantly 4% equals 160. Okay? But he's reinvesting that and reconfiguring his base bet as much as he can. Now, do you understand what I mean by that? This is going to compound, and that's the beauty of compound math. If you're doing this on bubble craps or something where you can go up by $1, it's easier to follow the compounding and evaluate when you have to go up on your base bets. If you're playing at a regular table and it's a $10 minimum, let's say, or $15, you can't go up on your base bets as instantly. I understand that. This is for forecasting purposes. This is not an exact science that you're going to make exactly this, exactly that. This is for forecasting. But if you are doing this on the roll to win table, you know, the hybrid table where you can go all the way down to $1, or if you're doing this and doing this on bubble craps where you can go up in smaller increments, well, you can pretty much follow what you need to do to be able to compound and evaluate where your base bets should be. Okay? So you took a $4,000 starting, and now at the end of 1 month, look where you're at. Look at that. Is that insane or what? So look at these numbers. So at the end of September, you have 9,100 hours basically. Okay, give or take, because of the compounding and being able to go up and all that stuff. It's not going to be exact. It doesn't matter. Okay? $4,000 starting. Now he's doing 4%. You know I don't do that. But 4% is still pretty reasonable. And I can tell you, with the systems that we're giving you in AI Bubblecrap's blueprint, doing 4% is not any kind of leap. It's not any kind of a jump whatsoever. You can absolutely do that, especially if you're real tight and you're real focused. You do your homework, you don't let any session kill you, and you stick to the plan. You stick to the freaking plan. So September 21st, your 4,000 has already grown to 9,115. Now, again, you're reevaluating every day to determine if it's possible for you to go up on your base bet. Maybe you're only going to go up on your base bet every 2 days, every 3 days. So the numbers are going to change a little bit. Who cares? We're all in this for the long term, right? That's what you're building, is a paycheck. All right, we're not going to change anything. But now we're going to go out 3 months, 90 days. He hasn't taken a penny out of the bankroll, out of the business. Where are we at now? Look at that. $53,000 bankroll in 3 months. Now, you know I don't like the hype. I like to talk conservative. He got sick. He didn't go a few days. He had a few bumps in the road. He wasn't able to compound as fast as he thought he would. So he's only at 40,000. Is that a bad thing? 4,000 to 40? Or 35? Or 50? You don't have to look at this as written in cement. That's not what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you that when we create a plan and we help you create a plan, and you have the right strategies and the right money management, which I'm telling you, this module coming out is 100% gold. Gold. If I had those exact strategies and the planning that we do now 10 years ago, unfortunately, I probably would have never created the YouTube and everything else that we do now. So maybe it's a benefit to everybody else that I didn't have this. So here you go. You're in November. We're starting today, August 21st. You're not even at the end of the freaking year. Look where you are. Would this change your financial situation? Would this change it? I think it would. What are we making now on a daily basis when we're in October, November? So here we are. You're up to $650 a day in October, the 13th. You're clearing close to $700 on October 15th. Again, this is forecasting. This is not exact predictions. No one is guaranteeing this number. That's not the way anything works in trading or gambling. This is forecasting. This is predicting. This is planning. This is a game plan. That's what this is. That's what we do. At the end of October, you are already close to $934 a day. Okay. You want to tell me it's $700 a day instead? Okay. You want to tell me it's $8? Okay. You want to tell me it's $750? It's $650? Okay. I'm showing you forecasting. We are already in August. We only have, 2 weeks left or whatever of August? This is not even the end of October. If you want to get here your own way and help build a game plan for you using the module, using those strategies, tweaking it up for you, we can do that. We can do that. We would be happy to help you do that. Okay? We do that through the private coaching, the mentorship program. That's where we take the course and the data and the strategies and the money magic, and we tailor it for you. That's what we do in the private coaching. And we work individually on those strategies with you to make sure you're playing them right if you're not comfortable with them. Okay? All right. So where are we at the end of November? This is ridiculous, guys. Before Thanksgiving, you're at $2,000 a day? Okay. Let's talk about this. Before I go any further, I want to just put the brakes on right now because I went over this with Mark, the same thing. All right? These are his numbers. This is his part of his game plan. This is a portion of the game plan. This is not everything. This is a portion of it. If you started today and you followed the 5 days and the 4%, the same kind of phenomenon that he's doing, the same formula, okay? And you did this till November, and you committed to this and didn't take a penny away. And before Thanksgiving, you were at anywhere between $1,700 to $2,000 a day. A day. For many of us, that would be the end. Why would you want to do anything more? Because I'll tell you what happens. You can stop at any point of your plan. And you don't have to keep growing and compounding. You have the bankroll now to be able to keep producing these type of numbers. No one says you're supposed to keep going for the rest of your life building. You need to do what is good for you and whatever your objectives are. Let's say Mark's objective was, keep it even less than that. Let's say his objective was $1,000 a day. Where does he get there? He gets there somewhere over here between the 22nd of October and let's just say the 30th of October, right? Because of the variance. Here you go. Let's just say he's here. He literally could start this program now and literally be at $1,000 a day approximate average before the end of October. What? Are you kidding me? A little over 2 months? Oh, I'm sorry, 3 months. September, October, November. 3 months. About 3 months. Okay? And you're at $1,000 a day. So what happens if that's good enough for you? This is what you're going to do. This is another part of the plan. You don't need $1,000 a day to live. If you do, there's something else wrong in your life. Okay? So let's talk about it. You siphon off a portion of the $1,000 a day. And you build divisions in your financial package. Part of the money goes into a rainy day fund if you had a problem here. And that's a whole nother conversation we'll have with you privately. If you want us to help you build a bankroll builder plan. That's a separate thing from this. So we could build in what we call ropes. So that if you have a bad day or two, you don't go back to the beginning. You have a safety valve. You have money set aside that can bring you back to where you need to be so you don't have to drop down to the bottom again. Right? That's part of the money. Another part of the money is your paycheck. Right? And another part of the money could be for a lot of other things that we talk about privately. Diversification of your financial situation into crypto and other things. Plenty of other things that we talk about. All right? You can also use that extra money to build the bankroll in other sections of your casino income toolbox. Let's say you're going to focus on craps. And you start putting together a little bit of money from here because you want to build a new component in your business, and let's say it's roulette. You can do that. So there's lots of other things. So now let's say you're a big shot, and that's not enough money for you. You want to keep growing, and that's okay. So where would you be if you didn't stop here? Well, let's go out 6 months. Wait until you see this. And I know what it looks like because I did it with Mark. Is that ridiculous? That's ridiculous. Right? Completely and utterly ridiculous. Now you're looking at monthly earnings. Now, this is insanity. I know what this looks like. I look at it and I laugh. So if you're laughing right now, I'm laughing with you. Because it's utterly ridiculous. Right? It's crazy. This is the power of compounding. Compounding. Now, this is crazy, right? February 21st, you're going to have 600 and something thousand, almost $700,000. Are you kidding me? Okay. I don't want to go down that road. Is this possible? Yes. I'd rather bring it back to reality like I usually do. Let me get back to reality. Once you get to the point, and let's go to the daily. Now let's switch. We're going to switch from what we were looking at daily to weekly now. Okay, so this is now weekly earnings. So the compounding gets ridiculous right here, right? You can see that. These are weeks. We went from making $160, around, because we just started. This week is over, let's say. So this next week is a full week, and that's about $1,061. Forget about the pennies, because we know it's not an exact. Another week, you're over $2,000. Then you're at $3,500. Then do you see the compounding? So let me explain to you again how to bring this into reality. We were looking at it on the daily before. Now we're looking at it on the weekly. When does it get outrageous on the weekly? Everybody's going to be different, right? Some of you are going to say to me, holy crap, I can get to $5,000 weekly? And the answer is, it's not only possible, it's being done right now. Okay? Right now, right here. I'm not going to give names. I can't do that. I'm just telling you that this number here is not a forecast. It's reality. Using the AI bubble craps and craps blueprint right here. Using approximately the same amount of money, the 4,000, right here. Okay? Not a maybe. It's being done right now. Okay. So here's what I want you to understand. The $700,000 or whatever nonsense, if that's your dream, the lottery ticket, then go for it. It's not my dream. My dream, and I'm gonna tell you, it's been the same dream that I've always had, and now I'm there, which is no stress. A stress-free life is my dream. I decide what I do. I decide how often I work. I decide what I do for my family and my friends. I don't worry about going to a brand new restaurant that I want to try out or going somewhere on a cruise that I've never been to before. That's my dream, not 700,000 ridiculous forecasting. I bring this back to reality. And reality for everybody that I talk to, that I do the private coaching with, right, and alumni and students lately, is I'm bringing them to this point. What are you doing now? Well, I'm working 9 to 5. Some people love their job. Some people hate their job. Some people have a side hustle, Uber, Lyft, this, that, some other business, and they're killing themselves. Your objective, your goal, first goal, is to replace the time, some of the time that you're spending and you're giving up in your life. So the first thing is, if you have a side hustle on top of your job, the side hustle needs to go away. So the first thing you do is you look to say, what do I need to make to no longer have to be a slave to the side hustle? Okay, I'm making $300 extra a week on the side hustle, or whatever it is, $500 a week. Okay. Look how quickly that's gone. Goal number 2. The side hustle is gone. I'm putting some of this extra money towards debt. That's my favorite. Getting rid of debt. Some of us have a lot, some of us have a little. You'd be surprised how fast when you pay chunks instead of the minimum, how fast that goes away. To me, that's number two. This is my number two, not your number two. And only then, where my debt is nothing or manageable, and my side hustle is gone, and I've gotten back a lot of my hours, now I can focus on the ultimate prize. Not having to work the 9-to-5 job if I don't want to work the 9-to-5 job. Maybe I love my job. Maybe I'm a vet. Maybe I'm a firefighter. Maybe I absolutely love coding and I'm a coder and I don't ever want to give it up. No one's telling you have to give up something you love doing. Who the hell's telling you that? But what if you do? What if you're at that stage in life where you do? Right? You're done with your 9-to-5. Now I look here and say, what do I need to make that next goal happen? These are weekly earnings. For some people, you give up everything right here. You don't have to do anything else because you've managed to stay debt-free or close. You don't need more than this. You have a controlled lifestyle. And man, I praise you like you wouldn't believe. Because that's not a lot of people. I find that with our students, between here, this 3,500, and this 12,000 is kind of the sweet spot for many people. That puts them way beyond what they really want and gives them the financial freedom they need. Right here. Can you get into this zone? Well, what do you mean, can you get into the zone? I'm showing you how to do it. If getting to this 5,100 a week is your primo spot, well, maybe it won't happen by September 21st. Maybe it'll be happening August 15th. Maybe it'll happen November 1st. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Maybe for you, this over here, this 7,000 changes everything in the world. Everything in the world. $28,000 a month. And you are done. You are done. Your life has changed. Is it ridiculous that your life could change by the end of September? Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. It is. That's pretty ridiculous. But this is just forecasting. That's all it is. No one is guaranteeing you that you're going to be here on September 28th. You may be way higher than this. You may be lower than this. But we forecast and we stick to the numbers and we plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. And we have a game plan for our daily. We have our game plan for our systems. We have our game plan for our month. We have our base bets that are starting. We reevaluate the base bets based on our overall bankroll, and we continue to move them up, which is where the compound interest is coming from. And this is the way it all comes together cohesively. Look at this number. 10,000 basically, right around here. October 5th, October 12th, whatever. 10,000 a week in this zone right here. 10,000 a week. 5 days a week. Now, this is what I want to show you. What happens if you get to here and you want to make sure you have it and you don't want to give anything away? You know what you can do? You made it to that point of the plan. You don't need $10,000 a week after the first month, right? Let's say that's way beyond what you actually need. Maybe 2 months. I don't know. You paid off your bills. You've gotten to the point where everything is status quo. You know what you can do? You can tweak the plan. No longer are you going to be doing 4%, looking for 4% a day. You can dummy this down now to 2% a freaking day and cut your risk in half and still have that giant bankroll to fall back on. What about that? What about that? So you built the bankroll, you have the cash sitting there, there's no stress. So you have the capital needed to create this. But you want to protect the capital. So now you drop down. Even though you have the capital to keep doing the 4%, you drop down to 2% a day. Not so bad, huh? This is the way that we teach people's brains to be reconfigured. We have to reprogram you from the BS that you hear from the crypto people trying to make $1 million a day, from the idiots on the options YouTube channels trying to tell you that you're supposed to be making 50% on every trade and 100% on this and 300%. They're not looking out for you. This is how you change your life, not by looking for lottery tickets and pots of gold. I've shown you the pot of gold. Here it is. $677,000 by February. You want your pot of gold? Here it is. Now, I'm going to drag your ass off the mountain and I'm going to bring you into reality. And I'm going to bring you into how you protect this, how you create this, and not look at the bottom, but look at how it changes your life here. And then build. Build smart. So this is Mark's plan. Right? Now, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to tell you. You want to know where he is right now? Right here. Right here. Right in this zone. $1,800 to $2,000. Right here. This is where we are right here. Okay? Look where he's at. Is that, in terms of the weeks, obviously these are different because it's based on right now, but he's here in the plan, so to speak. Give or take a few $100. How far is he from that zone that I talk about? Right here. Right there. Now, he wants to get to the level I showed you, this 10,000. Around here. Is that real far away? That's not you looking up at the mountain and saying, I want to be a millionaire, and you're picking up nickels. Right? But the trick is, you are picking up nickels. That's what people don't get. Even at 4%, it's not that 25, 30, 50% that all these idiots are telling you you're supposed to be making at the table. They're wrong. They've never done it before. I've done it in trading multiple times. I've done it in the casino over and over and over again. 1%, 2%, up to this 4% level is what I would suggest to you. This is the top of the food chain. Now, you make your own decision. You want to push the envelope, go right ahead. For me, and the way I teach, this is the top for a daily. This is the top. This is absolutely 100% the top. So, I'll do one more thing, and I'll show you why I'm saying that. Let's cut this down all the way to 2.5. Okay? And let's go back to three months. Look at the less pressure I'm putting on the daily. Watch this. You're at 20,000 in 3 months. Okay, that's less than the 50 something or whatever it was. Who cares? Do you have a bigger bankroll now? Yeah. Right? What are you making daily at the end of the 3 months here? $500 a day. There's something wrong with that? I don't think there's something wrong with that. Okay? Let's do the 6 again. Okay? With the 2.5. Did I put 2.5? Yeah, 2.5. Look. Look. There you go. And that's taking almost half the risk. Little more than half the risk. And look where you are in 6 months. Is that not good enough? then go to the 3%, go to the 4% if you really want to. This is enough for me. Because look where I am. Let's look at the weeklies now. You went from that first week, full week 638, right? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the earnings. I'm sorry. It's 538. Here you go. Right? For the week, 538. This is the gray area. All right? This is the one you should be looking at. $538 a week right away in week 2. So in 6 months, look where you're at in February now. You're at that 10,000 or 11,000 range in February. You still got to $10,000 a week by just doing 2.5 in 6 months. Did you get to the 677,000? No. You took almost half the risk and half the stress away. That's up to you. Okay? So this is what the story is. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's math. It's math. So that's what we're doing for people. And that's what I want to do for you. This comes out early in the week, Monday or Tuesday. Get on the newsletter and you will get the discount code and you'll know that it's live. We will obviously be doing more videos between now and the launch date with more math and more looks at the game of craps and what's going on inside this incredible module. The only thing I have to tell you is there's 7 systems in here. And what you're going to learn is that only 1 or 2 of these are needed to do what I just showed you. Not 7. Is it overkill? Yeah, I guess it is. But I couldn't help myself because I enjoy what I do and I want to over-deliver anyway. Who cares? All right? It's just my time. And I'm more than willing to do it because I love what I do. And of course, everything you're seeing on this video is educational, information. No one's guaranteeing anything. This is a solo sport, of course. I can't control the way you play, your profit targets, your stop losses, the dice. God knows what else could happen, right? I can't control any of that. So the responsibility is always on you as a solo sport to do everything we tell you to do. To learn these systems, beat them up, simulate them like crazy with no money spent. Get comfortable with every single bit of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And only then should you then move forward to start creating the plan, either on your own or with our assistance. But I can't guarantee any results. It's impossible. I'm not even sitting with you when you're playing. I don't know if you're going to get frustrated and have no patience and make stupid bets. I have no idea what people are going to do. I can't do that. I can only teach you, support you, and mentor you, and give you the tools needed. So the next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the game of craps again, and then we will work on what's coming inside of this module, and then we'll go from there. So everybody get over to Casino Income Academy if you haven't signed up for the newsletter already, and you are all going to get a discount on getting this, and it will be the best money that you've spent in the last year. I can tell you that because we're already getting the reviews from the people, the pro players that we've given this to get the data back. I already know. Don't be your own worst enemy. If you're looking for the lottery ticket, doing all these ridiculous, crazy, cockamamie scams, just get off the freaking merry-go-round. You don't have to do any of that. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. Affiliate marketing and selling nonsense and this and that, and you don't have to do it. I've done all those things. Believe me. I've created a lot of those things years ago. And most people fail. It's like 98% of the people fail in all that stuff. Do you know how many people I taught how to trade Forex? And I taught amazing classes for Forex trading. Conservative approaches, money management, and the people still failed, many of them. Why is that? Because they can't follow directions, they panic, they don't follow their own plan, they give up. There's so many reasons for failure in all of that stuff. I never had the success ratio of students doing what they need to do on the 20 years I did that I have over here. Not even close to the success ratio. If you are one of those people that is committed and wants to change your financial future and has the ability to play either online, local casino, cruise ships, Vegas, trips, whatever you can do, I have the power to help you. That's all I can do is help. I can't do anything else. Reach out, get ready for this module, and we'll see you on the next video.